At it again, even though I wasn't here to begin with. And today, I'm gonna be doing my prom look, but my brows were kind of whack for prom. Well, they weren't whack. They just weren't how I do my brows now. I do the straight brow look. So, I'm gonna be doing that. I'm gonna recreate my prom look. And we're also gonna talk about how my ex best friend stabbed me in the back. And I'm gonna be going off in this video because, you know, I tried to be nice to this hoe. I really did. And mind you, I'm not like a mean person or nothing like that, but I stay to myself for a reason. If anyone has known me from high school or just in general, y'all know that I'm very much to myself because I know how people are. I've seen how the world works with people, and it's honestly pretty sad. But basically, I'm gonna start by saying I met her. We need a nickname for her because I'm not gonna give this bitch any more clout than I'm famous or some shit. It's no. But I'm not gonna give her the satisfaction of hearing her name and making it a whole thing about her and all this kind of shit. Nah. We're not gonna do all that. We ain't done yet. Alright. So, we're gonna call her what should we call her? Lonnie. I met Lonnie back in my freshman year, and it was an art class. And here's the thing. I should have already known our friendship would have been somewhat of an issue because Lonnie's a fucking redneck. And no hate against rednecks or nothing, but because, I got a lot of country ass friends and shit like that. There's nothing wrong with being a redneck, but, I'm talking about, racist type shit redneck. Confederate flag type redneck. And we're not gonna get into all of that because, Lonnie just was. But anyway, needless to say, we didn't necessarily become friends right then and there, but over time in art class, we started talking. And I just thought to myself, oh, she seems really nice. I should be friends with her. And yeah, I know y'all in the comments talking about, oh bitch, you look terrible right now. Hold on, bitch, I'm not done yet. Shit. Alright, so I thought Lonnie was pretty cool. Everything was straight or whatever. Time went on, and then we eventually really started talking. Now, I wasn't the one to initiate shit. At first, she gave me her kick, because that was like the fucking thing back then. She gave me her kick or whatever, and then I was just like, yeah, I'll kick you, this and that. So I messaged her one day, said, hey. And for that whole fucking summer, she never responded. So in my head, I'm like, well, fuck you. Why would you give me your kick if you're not gonna fucking respond and shit? Like, it doesn't make sense. So it's now my sophomore year? Yeah. So this is the next year. And she was just like, oh my god, I'm sorry I didn't see any of your messages. X, Y, and Z. The story goes on or whatever. And in my head, I'm thinking to myself, okay, it could have been an honest mistake. Or, maybe she just didn't want to talk to me, and that's perfectly fine, but I wish she would have just said, I'm really not feeling it or whatever. I don't know. We started talking my sophomore year, and here I'm gonna insert one of my best friend's names because I can talk about this. It doesn't fucking matter if I say her name or not. So my best friend Jules, or one of my best friends, Jules. So we were on the best of terms because we had a falling out or something happened or whatever, but we really didn't talk. It wasn't like we were mad at each other or nothing like that. It was just, I don't know, she probably felt some type of way about the last time that we hung out, or something happened, but we weren't on the best of communicating terms. In my head, I'm I, like, I don't think she'll ever understand how much, that shit tore me up. That tore me up, bruh. Cause I love her. I love Jules. When she was mad, or not mad at me, but when we weren't talking, it really had an effect on me. I like going in with this eyeliner because I like this it adds a sharp kind of look to it. And of course I'm gonna fix that up, just wait a bit, we ain't done yet. Shit. But okay, so I got kind of off course there. But yeah, we weren't really talking at the time. And mind you, she had hated Lonnie at the time because I'ma just be real, Lonnie's a fucking hoe. She's a hoe. And she sleeps with fucking everybody and shit. And she's lucky I'm even not saying her name because how dirty she fucking did me, I should be spilling out all her shit right now. Period. Got me fucked up. So, what's it called? They had a falling out a long time ago, and that's their business. I'm not gonna talk about that or nothing like that. But I will speak on the fact that at some point in time, they had became frenzy in sophomore year, and that's when and we're back. So I had to delete a clip clearly because I had fucked up and accidentally said the name by accident. So I'm gonna start again. So Lonnie was bragging about how Jules was her best friend and all this kind of shit. Meanwhile, I was friends with Lonnie at the time, and I thought nothing bad of her for the most part. I was jealous, and that was only because of the fact that, that's my best friend. And all of a sudden you're walking in and you're acting like, you know, like I don't know, it bothered me for a little bit or whatever. But, nevertheless, I was her real friend. I was never fake to her, never had any, like for real. I was, despite the way I would be treated at times, like I was a pretty real ass friend. And that's one thing that she fucking lost. Like, ooh, 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 ooh. Alright, now I'm just being excess at this point. Alright, let me stop playing. Alright. So, so now then. Um, Lonnie was still bragging and bragging. And at some point, they had a falling out. I'm not gonna go into detail about that because that's their business. But when they had a falling out or whatever, like, Lonnie was calling me every day and hitting me up on some, I can't believe, this and this and this and all this kind of shit, and just whole ass fucking sob story and shit. And then me being nice and everything, like, I gave her advice. I always gave this bitch advice, and this is the problem I had. She would ask for the advice, I would give the advice, and she would never take the advice. And then I'm looking at her like, yeah, there's no point for me to go on telling you X, Y, and Z if you're not gonna listen to X, Y, and Z. So, time goes on a little bit. They're still arguing or something, having a falling out or whatever. And she finally sees that I'm a good ass person. So she was just like, hey, do you want to be my best friend? Mind you, this bitch asked me to be her best friend. My naive ass said, yeah, why not? Like, I was being nice or whatever. And then I'm like, I was happy for once, because, like, we would be on the phone, like, laughing and giggling and just cutting up and shit, and, like, had me thinking, oh, you know, like, it's not that bad. life ain't so bad. Like, it almost kind of made me feel better because I wasn't talking to Jules, and I wasn't, like, I didn't feel right not talking to her. So, me having her kind of, you know, was nice, being able to talk to somebody. And them acting like they gave a shit. Now, here's where the part gets juicy. Now, this is legit the day before my birthday. Or not, wait, no, I can't start right there. I gotta start at the part on Mother's Day. Because Lonnie's mom is no longer with us, sadly. And I knew that. And I felt bad about that, because I knew. So I wrote her a poem and, like, tried to make her feel better. And I gave her, like, some cake and stuff like that. And, like, I made her, like, a whole fucking cake. I literally made her a cake. And gave it to her during lunch or whatever at school, like, the next day. But I gave her something very nice. Because I actually cared. Now, here's where the problem entailed. This is where the problem started. Eventually, they became on good terms again. Lonnie and what's it called? Oh shit. Eventually, Lonnie and Jules became on good terms again. Which there's nothing wrong with at all. Like, I was actually really cool with that because I'm like, me and Jules started talking again. I'm like, oh, that's cool. It's cool. Like, I was happy about it because, like, when we started talking again, it helped my state of mind, I would say. And then I'm over here, like, trying to, like, blend this joint out real quick. She hit me up on my phone. Mind you, this is the day before my birthday, on May 29th. Day before my birthday, which is the 28th. She hits me up on some, oh, we need to talk type shit. So I'm like, what's good, best friend? What's wrong? What do you want to talk about? And then she was like, we can't be best friends anymore, because she has this thing where she was basically saying, and it's so fucking stupid, she was basically saying along the lines of, I can't have two best friends sort of thing. I can only have one. So, with that being said, that basically means she can't be best friends with me because her and Jules were best friends again. So I looked at her and I'm like, that doesn't even fucking make sense. I just did. I made you a fucking card. I did a bunch of shit for you that I didn't have to do. Did out of the kindness of my heart, and you screw me over, bro. Like, no, you got me fucked up. Like, I don't know who. And see, here's the thing. I'm not talking shit on Lonnie's friends or nothing like that. Problem with she does a bunch of disrespectful shit that's acceptable in her friend group. And that's where I take issue. Before y'all hit me with the whole, oh my god, you look a hot ass mess. Bitch, we ain't done yet. Damn. Relax. And the part about it that's fucked up is she didn't just stop there. She didn't just stop there. As if that wasn't already enough to have somebody like, yo, what the fuck? This hoe right here, yo. So I was dating this guy around this time. Or not even around this time, around like, yeah, I think it was like later on in the year or some shit. And I tried to, regardless of the fact that she screwed me over, I still wanted to be her fucking friend because I was naive as hell. And I knew she was screwing me over. That's the thing. And call me dumb, all that kind of stuff. I was stupid. Like, it is what it is. Like, I was very stupid at the time. But I was dating this boy, and she was with a lot of fucking people. So she had gotten mad at me at some point because I was talking to that boy, and I guess she liked him or something like that. And I'm like, Lonnie, you can't get mad at me when I didn't know and you date like everybody. So, like, anyway, but no shade, no shade. So, eventually, me and this boy break up or whatever, and this hoe ass bitch starts dating him. Like, what kind of. There's a girl code, bruh. I'm a strong believer in girl code. You don't date your friend's exes. Period. It's fucked up. It's stupid. You cannot do that to somebody. I don't care who the fuck you are. Period. Now, if y'all agree on it or whatever, okay. But to me, that's a borderline you just don't cross. You just don't do that to people. And then this bitch had the nerve to hit me up. She hit me up when she was telling me, bruh. And I was like, oh, you got me fucked up. And that's when I stopped talking to her. And now every now and again, which would be a lot actually, or a couple times within a span of a month or a couple months, she would ask me for money. She would ask me for shit. And then this was my last straw. My current boyfriend that I'm with right now, she hit up his line like, can you give me $200? And me knowing her hoe ass, she will do anything to get what she wants. I don't take too kindly to a bitch knowing your past with me, and you feel comfortable enough to ask my man for money. Yeah, you got me fucked up. You got me all the way fucked up, sis. And see, I'm not a very violent person. That shit right there makes me violent. I don't, nope. Nope. She be thinking she is, bruh, but like, and then on top of it, Now all of a sudden be saying she be saying nigga and stuff like that, and it's like, bro, last time I checked, you was waving that Confederate flag, babe. Ooh, you got me fucked up. Like, no, man, no. No. Here's the thing. I draw the line at when you start talking to people I care about. When you start feeling entitled to ask for shit when you know you've done wrong. And I'm a pretty, like, and that's not even me, like I'm being real. I don't, mm-mm. It's messed up how quickly you can screw somebody over a billion fucking times and shit, and still have the audacity to be hitting them up. Like, what? But that's the thing. She can't make it make sense. And she can't back up any of her fucking arguments because she can't fucking fight. She's all talk. Like, honey, you can't be talking all that shit if you can. And that's also another thing. That ex, that my ex or whatever, that she had dated, she was on some whole, oh, she was talking shit on me, saying I I don't wear my real hair and this and that, and saying a bunch of shit, talking a bunch of shit. And guess what? If you're watching this, which I will be sending this shit probably to her, guess what, honey? You can't afford any of the shit that I got. Any of the shit that I got at all. Next time you talk shit about somebody wearing X, Y, and Z, you should probably be able to afford that shit. Because I pay a lot of fucking money for this shit. And not even just this. I got a lot more. I got a lot more. And guess what? You see that shit? It's laid, bitch. Can't afford what I got. That's not even me to my own horn. That's me being real with you. Since you want to be petty, since you want to be a fucking stupid hoe. Like, and the only reason why I'm making this is because I've been silent for entirely too long. And she needs to hear my piece about a situation. Because I was nice. I was really fucking nice to her. Ever see that hoe again? I swear to God. I'll fuck her shit up. Thing, if you're a bitch to somebody, and then you're asking people for all kinds of stuff, and just like, who goes up to somebody and asks them for $200 unless you're trying to do something for the money? Then my boo is fine as hell. You ain't talking to my boo. Fuck. I don't know what the fuck she thought, but yeah, nah. Yeah, nah. You got me messed up. This is for the most part the eye look. Because my lips are pretty much basic. Like, I did the same lip color I did in my last video. So, yeah, y'all gotta check that video out. And this is the look, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. And Shawnee's so spooky out this bitch.